We're live. Hello, 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 everyone. And thank you for coming. We're just very, very happy to see you here. There's so many people here already. I was just really taken aback. And please welcome my special guest, Scott Scorpio Sun.
Thanks for having me, Joan.
You bet. And we are going to be taking readings in just a little bit, but first we wanted to say hello to everyone. Ascending Universal Butterfly, and Jackie Jacaranda, Brina, Faro Forever, and lots of folks here. We really appreciate you coming, and thank you too for putting in the word hashtag peace if you want to get a reading. Um, yeah, and Lisa is here. So yes, hashtag peace to request a reading, and we'll get going on that pretty soon. But Scott and I were just talking about the weather, and tell us a little bit about what it's like where you are, Scott.
It's an ice rink. So, yeah, it snowed on last Saturday. So, a week ago, it snowed, and it was kind of a mixture of snow and sleet. And then it iced over completely. And then um, last night and today, it's been snowing just about nonstop. Not too heavy, but enough to give us a couple more inches. So it's just this much of snow and this much of ice right underneath it. So I'm staying in. I've got plenty of groceries. I'm staying in. What about for you?
It's I was saying backstage to Scott that I'm much more empathetic to places where they have ice because usually I'm in Minnesota and it's so cold here, usually it just snows. And but the earlier this season it was too warm and so it would rain first and then turn to snow. So all winter long there's been a coating of ice. But anyhow, today I was saying I think we had 16 24-hour consecutive days of below zero weather, but it was 8 above today when I went out walking. So that felt like a heat wave. So that was good. But it's nice and sunny. And there's a room that I keep unheated, but it has south windows. And I have a thermometer in there, and it was 78 degrees just from the sun in there this afternoon. So that was
Oh,
really
wow.
made it feel like summer. So,
Yeah.
but the days are getting longer. We're going to reel it in. But yeah, there's that happening. And oh, let's see. Polly's here, and who just joined too?
Scotty
Scotty,
Boy.
Blue Lagoon, CJ, Viviani. Thanks everybody for being here. And let's start in. This is only the second time I've used this, but let's see if this giveaway tool works. And we'll pick a couple of our first people that we're going to read for. Oh, first one up
Jackie.
is Jackie Jacaranda. Wonderful.
She's lucky.
Wonderful.
She's got luck on her side.
So just put in your question. And Mona Lyserafin.
Mona Lee.
Mona Lee.
Yes.
Thank you. And one more. Sarub Gupta.
All right.
Rob. Wonderful. So congratulations. And please, let's see, I can remove that now. Put your questions in the chat and we'll get right to you. I can. So that would be Jackie, Mona Lee, and Sarab. Thank you very much, Sarab, for her guides. So, Jackie, if you're around, give us your question.
Did you see Mona Lee's at 403? Or it'd be 303 for you.
Mona Lee. Oh, here we go. Thank you.
No problem. And then Jackie's right under here. Her two under.
I need to get a bigger screen. Okay, here we go. All right. Thank you. Thanks for the coaching. All right. So we will start with Jackie. There. What should I focus on for February, please? So let's see what we can find. And Scott, why don't you go first? If you
Sure. Thank you. So Jackie, the first card I got for you is the Judgment card. So you need to focus on your life purpose, and I believe that's helping others from our discussions. So you could have many other facets to that that are tied in with your life purpose, but this is just you doing what you do best, and that's helping others, helping the kids at your school, and just being you. So I think you're on the right track here. You did get the Nine of Wands. So this is the resiliency card, bounce back. Just make sure that you are, having resilience. And you can see she's been cut a little bit from the thorns, from the rose. But sometimes we have to go through the thorns to get to the beautiful place on the other side. And then I've got the Moon. So there might be some things that you need to do some shadow work about, and just, getting clarity on vibrations and making sure that you're keeping your vibrations high and changing them from low to high. And yeah, I know you know what shadow work is. So I'm going to leave that right there. And then I got for you Benefactor, grace and generosity. All right. So you are so generous. You're one of the most generous people I've ever met. And you can just reach out and grab grace because it's there for you. So you got that. And then I'm going to get you a Spirit Walker card. It says Sunrise Promise. So a new day is coming. So even when you're doing the shadow work, know that sunrise is promised. So that's perfect. So don't get lost in the shadow work. Do what you need and get out of there. And then you'll have a new day, a new dawn, and good things happening for you. So that's what I got.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Jackie, when I tuned in for you, the first thing I saw was like a wagon wheel, like in old westerns or something. And then I saw the rails to a train, like train tracks. And it was like the wheel and the rails. These are things that help us travel. So there's either travel coming up. Then it also came to me that these are the tools, are the constituents parts of helping you move forward faster than you can when you're just walking. So it's like there's forward movement for you, and it's going to be a little speedier, but it's like, okay, you need the train, you need the cart that the wheels go on and everything. So it's not, so that's not like seeing a supersonic train or an airplane or something. It's like they're saying, I think you're going to be moving forward in whatever you're doing, but it's going to be at a moderate, comfortable pace. It's not going to be like huge changes coming all at once that are just like too much to deal with. And then when I went to cards, let's see, they're the means of moving forward. Yes. Okay. And I got the Empress, which is all about creativity and fruitfulness and this wonderful number 3 in the deck. So it's like a fortuitous sign on this new road that you're traveling on. And I got the Magpie, who said, reevaluate your priorities. It's time to let go of what you no longer need. It feels sort of like another reference to travel or moving forward, like, okay, I'm done with this thing. And now I'm going to pack light and put my rails and wheel together and hit the road and move forward into this new adventure. And I got the Archangel Jophiel who says it's time to create. So it sounds like a good month for you and a good time period of just sort of like new things happening, but in a way that isn't overwhelming. It's in there. It's I feel like they're showing you and giving you things in a way that is manageable and fun and creative and all of that. So lots of good signs. So let's see. Next up is Mona Lee. I'm. Oop. I haven't done this for so long. Okay, there's Jackie, and there we go. General reading for coming glorious month of February. Yes. All right.
I love how Mona Lee says she's here. She puts present and puts a present on there emoji.
Love it.
All right, Mona Lee, I've got the Six of Pentacles for you, and the Six of Pentacles is going forward, and it's just a good card to have, forward movement and generosity. So I feel like you are going to have a good February. You've got the Eight of Cups. There's something you need to walk away from that is no longer resonating. So just make sure you are, getting rid of those things that don't resonate. And it should be easy because you're not resonating with them, right? So just keep going at that point. And then you got the Chariot. And the Chariot is for you to go through your journey and know that you're going to get to victory for your goals, your dreams. Good things are going to happen. Okay. But there may be a couple of stumbling blocks or speed bumps on the way. Those are just to help you learn and to help you grow on the way. So sometimes, she's got these, it looks like seals or maybe whales, I'm not sure which, or dolphins that are attached to her that are being the driving force, and they're kind of going in different directions. So you have to steer those dolphins in the right direction. Okay? And once you do that, you're going to get to victory in whatever you want. So Oracle cards, I've got All That Glitters. So we know that All That Glitters is wonderful. I love sparkly things, and that's wonderful. But we can have so much more than all that glitters. We can have the internal things that we need: love, compassion, peace, generosity. All those things are so important to our lives. And then you got the Sky Dancers that say surrender. And it looks like little dragonflies up here, maybe. Dragonflies are for possibility. And these may be some butterflies or dragonflies over here, but this to me is a change. So surrender to the change that is coming to you in February, and it will be for your good. Don't fight it. Release your outcomes and surrender to source and to spirit, and you will have a really good February, I think. So, and you got an awesome attitude about it. So that's going to take you halfway there. You're halfway there already. There you go.
Wonderful. Mona, when I tuned in, right away my heart chakra just lit up, which, and then I was seeing Cupid with the arrow and all of that. So I feel like there's either new love or rekindled love or some sort of that kind of love coming in. And it felt really nice. But then I went to the cards, and the first thing I got was the Seven of Swords. So I asked, so what's this about? Because I was just feeling, the lace hearts and the ribbons and the Cupid and all of that. And then what I heard in my head was, this is going to be a test of your discernment, because this is the guy who's kind of the stealthy guy who's stealing your swords. And so I think just be careful of, don't just fall for anything that comes your way. There's going to be a test of your discernment and leading into things with your heart. You'll be able to develop the senses to figure out, is this, is this person leading me down the wrong path, or not in my best interest, or something like that. Then from the feathers deck, I got the white eagle. The connection to divine guidance is within you. And there's only 4 of these white birds in this deck, and this is one of them. So they're like really powerful ones. And so that makes me feel like that this is kind of a promise card that you're going to be guided. You're going to have the discernment and the ability to say, oh, you're trying to take my swords. I've learned this lesson. I'm not going to fall for that. And then we got the Archangel Metatron, who's saying, remember who you are. And you are a wonderful child of God, and a wonderful vibration on this earth. And are just remember how precious you are, as are all of us. But I think Metatron is there to really help you remember how wonderful and special you are, and don't let anybody, especially, well, I've shuffled now, but especially that guy with the swords, tell you otherwise. And I hope that was helpful, but I hope that made sense to you. And now let's see. I'm going to take this down, and we're going to. Oh, Sarup, here we go. Excuse me. Sarup is asking for any message from her guides. So let's see what we can get.
Okay, Sarup, so welcome. This is the first card I got for you. It's the King of Wands, and this is an authoritative king and a leader as well. So you may want to look into leadership abilities, because you may be asked for a promotion, or to move up, or to lead something. Maybe it's not work, but it could be anything that you are going to step into as a leader. So I see that with this King of Wands card. And then you got the 10 of Swords. And so you may have some discouraging thoughts in your head. This is just saying that they're not true. This fear here is an illusion. And the swords are really not there. They're just in your head, imagining, the worst case scenario. But the great thing about this card is the 10 leads to the Ace of Swords, which is clarity and seeing things clearly, a new opportunity for you. Okay, and then with this new opportunity that's coming in, you got the 3 of Pentacles. So this could be other people that are there to help you and to give you information on how to make your goals and your dreams more successful. So share that with other people. The next card I got for you. Well, I got 2 that came out of the same deck. Okay, you got the Moon Maiden, New Beginnings. Yes, so this 10 is going to lead to new beginnings. And then you got the Hollow Bone, Teachability. So just make sure that you are teachable, you're learning, and then you'll be able to teach others once you learn, the lessons that are there for you. And the lessons are just there to make you stronger. And then you got Soaring Above, and it says rise above any conflicts and launch yourself higher. Transcend, imagine, dream. So rise above conflicts, soar above, and you can have what you're dreaming of having manifested. All right, that's what I got.
Beautiful. And that really kind of dovetails with what I was getting when I tuned into you. Sort of what I heard the Jeopardy song, do 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 do, while they're waiting for the buzzer or whatever it is, and to me that means something's coming up in not that long a time. So it's not right now, but it's not that long a time, and then I saw like an image of a pack of money, like a pack of $100 bills or something, and you're picking through them. So to me, that means money is coming in not too long a time, or at least the potential for it. So then I went to draw cards, and the first card I got was the Magician, and this is a new. This is only number one in the tarot card deck, and he or she here has all the tools right at his fingertips to go on this journey, and it's a new wonderful journey with lots of things available to you, and you've got all the power, all the tools to make it happen. So between that and the money, I think there is something coming up for you, and maybe it's new job, new responsibilities, new whatever, but it's kind of abundance coming your way. I also got the hawk. Pay attention, a powerful message is being communicated to you. But I think this also with the hawk means that you're going to see they can see so well from so far away. You're up there at in a place where you're able to see the big picture. Like you can zoom out and see the lay of the land, and then go in and make strategic decisions, just like a hawk going after a mouse. I want that one. And then you got the Archangel of Strength saying, unleash your magic. So you have the tools, you have the big view, you have the discernment and skills, and then you just go for it, and the angels will be with you. So I think you're coming up on a kind of a fun period of life. I hope that makes sense to you.
Joan, would you mind if I add to that a little bit?
Not at all.
Because of what you said. Now, I did show you, Sarub, that you got the teachability card, right? The hollow bone. But when Joan was talking about money, I pulled from my money deck. And guess what I got? Teacher. And you got teachability. And it says you have the ability to motivate others to strive to uncover their true potential. So you have teachability to share with others, to learn first and then to share. So I just wanted to add that. So
interesting. Both learning and teaching. That's cool.
Learning and teaching, yes.
Wonderful. Okay, now we get to play with this thing again. And, oops, I have to go over here to do this. Draw again.
You're welcome, Sarub.
Yes. Praro forever. Let us know if you're here, and please put your question in the chat.
If you remember, that is Miss Sherlock. If you remember that name.
Oh.
Poirot. She just changed her name to that.
Okay.
I didn't know if you would remember that. Oh, I won.
Oh,
I didn't
you won.
know
You won. Okay.
I put that in there so people would know how to do it on my channel.
Yeah.
And I just won a reading. CJ.
Okay, and one more will do. Rachel H. All right. So let us know. Oop. Okay.
Can you put Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Could you put your chat in or your question in again? It's hard to find.
It's at 312 if that helps.
Okay. There we go. And let's see. CJ and Rachel. Do you have, oh, here's Rachel. And CJ. Got it. All right. We are ready to go. Okay, now I have to do this. There. Whew. All right. Our question summary of my question. Will this insanely managed apartment complex be sold in the next few years? All right, let me just see what we get with that. I'm going to just go with the pendulum and see what we get. This is hard to see, isn't it? We'll try it over this way. Will Miss Sherlock's apartment building be sold in the next few years? I'm getting no. Will it be sold within 5 years? Will it be sold after 5 years? Yeah, so not right away, but in the 6th year and beyond. So that's what I got. How about you, Scott?
Around the same. I've got the Seven of Wands or inspiration in this deck. This is, you can handle anything that comes your way. So this is just saying, Poirot, I'm afraid I'm going to get your name wrong. Am I saying it right? Poirot. I think that this is where you're at right now. You're battle tested. You need to have your boundaries up right now and just make sure no one's stepping on those, or speak your truth out of love. Okay. I think it'll get better. I got the Ace of Emotions or Ace of Cups. So this is overflowing love coming to you. So this is good. And then you got the Knight of Materials or Pentacles. And this is slowing down and making a decision to go, slow and methodical and take your time. So if you take your time, with the situation, I know that's easier said than done, but I think that, eventually it will be sold, but hopefully things will get better for you. And for, they're probably not happy either. So if they're doing that insanely, you got in the hand, the universe is your partner. So just know that you can turn to spirit about it and manifest, what you want. And maybe you could come in a little bit quicker. And then I've got the mindful moment card with the little gnome there. It says, carefully consider options to make the best choice. Practical, think, patient, so be patient before you, want to move somewhere else. Just think it through. I'm not saying don't do that, but just think it through and be practical about it, and just have a mindful moment and decide what you want to do. But I think it could be getting better. And that's what I got.
I was so quick, I just did a quick yes or no, but while you were reading, I kind of tuned in again, and I saw in my mind's eye somebody walking on the beach, and I was drawn to the footprints that were left behind. And then it came to me that it's kind of like taking steps that leave an impression, like leaving. So if you have to talk to management about this problem or whatever, send an email afterwards saying, thank you for talking to me. I wanted to summarize my discussion with you. We talked about the fact that the oven isn't working, and you said this and that, just to create a paper trail or documentation, so that or maybe there's a tenants' rights group or something like that within the city, so that you could turn these things over to, and not to do anything in a confrontational way, but with a buildup of documents like that, it might serve you well at some time to have a history of what you've done, what they said, and have it, you know, have a date on it and all that. So in the meantime, I hope that those are ideas that might help. But we wish you the very best. That can be extremely frustrating. CM CJM. General finance career. Am I going to go back to work? Okay.
CJ, are you here? Yes.
Wonderful.
Okay, so CJ, hey there. I've got you the Five of Voices. This is the Five of Swords. So this is kind of where you're at right now. I believe this is the present position, and this is kind of saying that someone may be tricking you or bullying you, or there's a big stumbling block about going back to work that's in your mind. But that's the key, it's in your mind. So the best thing to do is to stay away from that kind of situation or thoughts and create better thoughts. And if it's someone, then speak your truth out of love. Then I've got the Nine of Inspiration, which is the Nine of Wands, and this is the resiliency card. So bounce back and perseverance. So I think that you will bounce back and that you will go back to work. So I just noticed it said, okay, is it fiancés or finances? Fiancés or finances? I think it's finances.
I think she meant finances.
Okay. Okay. I'll pull you a couple money cards in just a moment. But you got the Knight of Wands as well. And the Knight of Wands is coming in fast and hard with compassion and with, just good things, creativity. So I think this is you going back to work. Just keep your head up and make sure that you are, thinking, just got your thoughts clear, right? Let me get my money deck real quick. Okay, I did get the settling card, and it says perhaps it's time to ask yourself if you're getting paid what you're worth. So I don't know if you're working. It looks like you're not working. So you're worth a whole lot more. So it says don't settle for a dead-end job where you don't see any opportunity for growth. And though your money is stable, you are not making enough to keep you happy. So this is just saying go towards what you want. Don't settle for something that is not resonating with you. Make sure it's something that is going to be something that you love or has the potential to be something that you love. And then you got the Peacemaker card. And it says you are being called to apply diplomacy and tact to a difficult situation. It also says approach situations with a win-win attitude when making business deals. Okay, so with your finances, win-win attitude, be optimistic, manifest what you want to come in, and I think you got it. So that's what I got.
Cool. When I tuned in, my throat chakra lit up and I heard sing your own song. And that made me think, okay, are you supposed to like start your own business or something like that? But then when I was drawing cards, I got kind of a different idea. The first card I got was the Two of Pentacles. So this is balance and balancing money things. And here's these rocky, rolly seas out behind them. and water is emotion too. So you're kind of feeling off balance. Um, but this guy, he's trying to balance these things, and he's standing on one foot, and he's doing it. It's not the easiest time right now, but you're keeping things in balance, and that's good. But I think that's literally about your money situation right now. You're managing a difficult time, and this is kind of saying good on you for that. But I think this is also balancing the idea of two different things, of going back to work at either at a job, or at a job that you're familiar with, or else maybe looking at opportunities, new types of opportunities to make money, either your own business or doing something freelance, or something like that too. So keep keep your mind open to things like that. I also got the owl. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. So when you're considering these things, don't make yourself crazy going back and forth about them. Just say, okay, I'm thinking about this, and ask spirit to give me a dream, or give me a sign, or something like that about it. Oh, a sign. And so that was the last card I got, Archangel Jeremiah: signs, symbols, and synchronicities. So consider the different options, and then ask for a sign. But then I also went to the pendulum and said, is CJ going to be in a new job within 6 months? Yes. Within 3 months? Yes. Within 2 months? Within 1 month? Not within 1 month, but I'm getting within 2 months. And will she be working for someone else? Yes. Will she ever at one point have her own business? No. Will she be doing any freelance work? Or yeah, so some sort of maybe gig work or something like that on the side for now, or at some point. So it's not like, okay, I have to all of a sudden start up a new company, but look for money making opportunities outside of the like just getting hired at a regular job would be my ideas. Yeah, feeling way off balance, definitely. But you're still like the number 2 guy. He's still making it. He's still standing there. So good work. And thank you for the question. All right. And now here's Rachel. A general reading for Rachel. Okay.
Okay, hi Rachel. I've got the Justice card for you, and this is the card of balance. So making sure that you have external balance, friendship, relationship, home, work, all those things are balanced out the best of your capability. Because when we overwork or overdo something or get overwhelmed, it can get really messy. So make sure you're not overdoing anything in your life and on your journey. And then this also is the karma card. So what you put out into the universe is going to come back to you. So make sure you're putting out great vibrations, which I'm sure you are. And as long as you're trying, that's going to come back to you. Okay. And then you did get the 5 of Pentacles. This is kind of feeling lonely, and it can be a depression card, but the key is there's these lights here through the window, and these lights represent positivity and things that you need. They represent coins, which is physical, materialistic things that you need in your life. So just look at the end of the tunnel and know that you're not alone. Spirit is always with you. And then I've got the Page of Wands. So this is saying for you to be a free spirit. This is the free spirit card. And if you are, being the free spirit, you're taking risks, but calculated risks. Make sure that they are not a danger to you or anyone else, but just trust in your ability to do things, that you might not think that you could do. I think you do have the ability to surprise yourself. And then I've got the ancestors card. It says appreciation and healing. So there may be some ancestral healing that you need to do. There's a bunch of readers on YouTube that, go into ancestral work and can, help you through that, even here in our community. But you did get appreciation as well. So appreciating what they do for you, your ancestors, and the good things that you can take from them, and apply it to your life, and then things that you might need to heal that came from their life. So, if that makes sense, your grandparents, your whoever's passed on, and as your ancestors. Okay. And then the last card I got for you is go the distance. So, just keep going. You've got this. And this just means that you just need to have that perseverance that I was talking about earlier. Have perseverance, have balance and bounce back, and you've got this. So that's what I've got.
That's beautiful. So, Rachel, when I tuned in for you, all I saw was kind of a grayish background with a single, very narrow black vertical line. And I thought, well, this is interesting. What's this about? Um, and then I kind of visually or so changed my perspective. I walked around behind it, and here it was this whole different, like it was a whole big square, and it was all about shifting your perspective and you're going to see something else. And then I felt like I was in an art gallery at one of those installations where you look at it one way, it looks like one picture, and you look over here and it looks like a totally different image. So I think this is something about taking a different perspective on something that is easy to overlook. Like, no, this is the way it is. It's a vertical line when there's so much more there. So I don't know if that has to do with attitudes or considering other people's opinions or just further exploring an idea that you have to develop, that you already have, to develop it further and see the richness in it. Because when I went to the cards, I got the Three of Pentacles, the craftsman card, where they're doing a really good job. They have made these beautiful crafts and are selling them. But there's a lot of skill and a lot of looking at things in different ways to make visual arts and things that way. So and I think that means if you take this different perspective, it's going to profit you in some way. Maybe not monetarily, but in other ways. And as you're doing it, I got I kind of shuffle these after every one, but I got the owl again. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom. So, if you're coming to a point, well, I don't know now that I've seen both perspectives, I'm not quite sure what I think, but then that's when you check with your gut. And bring in the harmony, the Archangel of Harmony, bring in music. So maybe if you're creating something or considering these different ideas or approaches to whatever you're doing, set it to music, and that might help you see the truth that you're looking for. So that's what we found there.
Awesome.
Have time for a few more. Let's see. I need to go over here. I'm sorry. Okay, we're going to draw again. Oop. Yeah, it's here. Annie T, we'll say. And we're going to draw one more. Blue Lagoon. So let us know if you're here, and please put in your question in the chat. And Mary Hernandez Walker. Okay. that down.
Annie already wants a general. She's
Okay,
on
let's
top
do
of it.
that. Oh, and Rachel said she likes making music. Wonderful.
You're welcome, Rachel.
So let's a general reading for Annie. Let's see what we can do.
All right, Annie, you got the Fool card. And this is just taking an opportunity or a risk and making sure that you know that it's, not a danger to you or anybody else, but it's a calculated risk and that you're, you know, going to thrive if you do it. And you may not know if you're going to thrive if you do it, but taking the chance is good. No risk, no reward, like I said earlier there. Um, and then, Annie, I got the Queen of Wands for you. And this queen is very self confident. She's very independent. And see the lion back there, which represents the cat, independence. And she knows how to enter a room and get the attention goes to her. And she handles that beautifully because she's in control and she does self care and self love. So those things are important for you on top of self confidence as well. And then you've got the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is a brand new opportunity, possibly for money. It could be something physical that's outside in the physical realm. Um, so this is just you taking them and making the most of every opportunity that you have. And yeah, new money possibly coming in. And then I've got for you the Falling Angel, Spiritual Narcolepsy. All right, so this is saying that you may have a little bit of stumbling blocks, but you're going to be okay. You're going to get through it. Just make sure that you're doing like a spirit check. It's kind of like this is kind of like the Hermit card in that you need to do a check and that you're not sleeping. Instead you're not literally, but that you're not sleeping on spirit, that you're doing a spirit check and doing the things that make you happy and that are part of your life purpose. The next card I got for you is Kindle Romance. So I think you're single. I'm not positive on that, Annie. But if you're single, this could be someone new coming in. It can be self-love and self-care first, and then someone coming in. You are single. I thought so. And just kindling romance with yourself. I know that might sound a little bit weird, but we have to take care of ourselves and love ourselves. And then this also says taking time for intimacy and reconnecting with passion. This can be your passion for spirit, your passion for your spirituality. It could also be someone. So don't write that out either. There's a possibility that someone new might be coming in. And I'm going to let Joan go ahead and go. I'm going to look up a little bit more about this falling angel and see if I got more information. But
Sure.
Go ahead, Joan.
Annie, when I tuned in, I saw like a big pair of white angel wings flapping, and I heard Red Bull gives you wings. So I get the idea that there's this kind of feeling of freedom and, and with Red Bull, lots of energy behind it. And sort of like, wow, let's try flying. Let's try something new. Let's try something that's outside of the laws of physics and just what's kind of ordinary. And it sounded very exciting and new and fun. But then I also got the Four of Pentacles, which is all about the material world and staying very secure and grounded. So I think that between those images and this card, it's like we want a balance where they don't want you to just go off the cliff and see if those angel wings that are made out of tinfoil work. They want you to, or it seems to me that they are suggesting that you find ways to bring something new and light and kind of out there or creative or something that you've always wanted to do and can feel passionate about into your life, while at the same time being able to pay the rent and the grocery bills and feeling securely grounded enough so that you can take a chance on things is kind of what it gets around to. And then I also got the parrot that said, let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It's time to embrace who you really are. And so if you people know you as, oops, now where did he go? Well, as the guy with the coins, as being very grounded in the material world, and then all of a sudden you start speaking this new language of creativity, or maybe it's spirituality or anything, that's all right. They might shake their head, but you know who you really are and who you really want to be. So be true to that, to your own voice. And even with the wings, Archangel Sandalphon says, during this period of kind of exploration and growth, stay grounded, center and ground, and that too will help you balance those two qualities that I'm feeling like you might have, of like wanting to be a little bit more adventurous and trying new things, but it's like, no, I need to stay doing what I'm doing just to make sure everything works in this world that's suddenly seemed more, I don't know, more difficult for everybody. So I guess it's coaching on how to incorporate them all so that you can feel okay and not like you're stuck, but you're safe and you're exploring and growing at the same time. And she says yes. Well, thank you for asking. That was kind of a fun one to do. Oh,
I'm just loving how things are, coinciding between the two of us. So I read the definition for this one right here, Annie, and this is the falling angel. I just want to read what it says real quick. One sentence. It says, remember that all you need to do to stop being a falling angel is spread your wings to halt your descent and then find an updraft again. Just exactly what Joan was talking about the wings.
Yeah.
So and she saw wings, and there's wings in here that are fluttering. So
that's nice. I love the idea of the updraft, because trying something
Yeah.
new can feel like falling off a cliff, but to trust that I know there's an updraft because I've done my homework or whatever. Cool. Okay, now we are on to Mary Hernandez, who's saying, I want to know if my dear friend Marlene has a message for me. She is in spirit. Okay, let's see what we can bring in.
Okay, Mary, I'm getting that you're moving in the right direction here with the Six of Swords. So you are, headed on your journey. You're doing great, and you're headed in the right way to fulfill what you want to fulfill in your life and your journey. However, there is a little speed bump coming up, and it's the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords, I automatically looked at the guy's broken heart here that he has, and this may be a little bit of grief coming in from you, and your friend is noticing it, and she's saying, don't have grief for me, I just be there and know that I am here with you, is what I'm getting. So, and grief has no timetable. So that doesn't mean stop grieving altogether. It just means she wants you to go to her as a guide instead of, missing her. Go to her directly is what I'm getting from that. And then you got the strength card. This is kindness, gentleness, tenderness, patience, all those things that make up true strength and not how much you can lift. So this is you being strong in her eyes, and she just wants you to be happy and wants you to, you know, be there with her in spirit. And I mean, here on earth still, I didn't mean for you to be in spirit, but just to know that she's there in spirit with you. Let me get your oracle cards. Sorry if that was a little squirrely. I hope it made a little bit of sense. We got the squirrel just in case, Mary. So, and then you got dances on one foot, balancing act. So this is kind of like the Two of Pentacles that Joan had earlier. Make sure you're staying balanced and you're, not overdoing anything. And then you got transformation, light and dark. Okay, so you have a new change coming for you as well. And look, she's reaching up, but look, there's someone behind her. That's your friend. She's there right beside you. Okay, and then another one fell out, and that was the tree of life. And it says travel on. I think you're headed in the right direction. That's what I got.
Scott, do you remember the very first card out of the first deck that you pulled? It looked like there was a woman who was dressed in black flying across the sky. But you don't have to dig it out. Yes, that one. I pretty much saw that in my head, except she was riding on a red stick horse. Remember, like when you were a kid and you had those little stick horses with the yarn braid and everything. So that was the first thing that I saw, and it was something about, and it was when I saw your card, I thought, oh my gosh, they really are linking us up. But it was sort of like, I'm wondering if you were childhood friends, or if you were just like had fun like kids together or something. So I got the idea of, yes, it's this whole new wonderful thing, but don't forget how to have fun. Don't forget what it was like to ride stick horses and play make-believe cowboys and everything when we were kids. So that's what I got when I tuned in. Then I got the King of Cups, who's this wise, kind counsel who's available to you, and just kind of wisdom and compassion, sending compassion your way. I think this is kind of in a way of soothing. And also, I got the Pelican, choose to follow the path of forgiveness and raise your vibration. And I think this might be from your friend saying, I don't know if you feel like really sad, or like, oh, if I only would have done this, if I would have called her the night before, I wish I would have done that. She's like, no, everything's fine. Everything went the way it was supposed to and was meant to be. I'm great now, and you will be better if you don't beat yourself up about whether it was about her loss or the way you feel about it, or you wish you would have said something before she left. She said, just forget about that. We can have this new, what do they call it? The vibration ship instead of the relationship now. Mm-hmm. And that she's there for you. And then I got the Archangel of Faith, who says, lead with confidence. And I think this is your friend saying, you know, I love you and I'm there for you and you can always depend on me. So that's kind of what I got from her. So I think we made it through our list. And let's see if I can unstar this. So tell us, what are you going to be up to next, Scott?
Well, tonight I'm going to be on the slumber party with Sherry. We always have fun on there, do the naughty and nice cards. But that's going to be at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I just wanted to mention, I've got I've got a couple things coming up tomorrow, but on the 6th, I'm doing kind of an experiment. It's called Newbies Galore. There's so many new readers that are in our community right now. I wanted to get them all together and just have them do like a reading one person in chat, and introduce them to all of you. So, and introduce them to each other. So we're going to do that on the 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's so great. And man, that really shows what a kind person you are to take the time to introduce new people to this whole thing, because it's when you're new and you're doing this for the first time, it's really scary. And I just know, because of who you are and the way you do things, you make it a really, and with your following, it'll make it really easy for the newbies to do that. So I just love that. That's wonderful. I'll try to turn in.
And yeah, I love it too. And it's because I know, it's like you were saying, I know where I was, and that people came in to help me when I first started. So, it's just returning the favor. And then I don't know if I'm stealing your thunder or not,
Yeah.
Joan, but 3:30 on Tuesday, Eastern Standard Time, will be my collaboration with Joan, and will be on Jean's channel, Sun Psychic Jean.
Yeah.
So that ought to be fun as well.
That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to all of that. And I want to thank you, Scott. And I hope things warm up there a little bit, so the ice melts a little bit. And thanks to
Thank you.
everybody who came. We've really enjoyed reading for you today, and hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. And with that, we'll say, mwah, bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.